7th grade English teacher was playing Roblox during silent reading and forgot his laptop was mirrored to the projector. 28 students watched 23 minutes of his game in silence. Watch till the end to see who he was playing with. Mr. Peterson was 32 years old and he taught 7th grade English at Lincoln Middle School. He was the kind of teacher students liked but did not love. He was fine. He was easy. He had assigned silent reading time every Friday afternoon for the entire school year. The deal was simple. The students would read a book for 40 minutes. He would grade homework. 28 students would sit in 2x2 rows. Nobody would talk. Nobody would interrupt the teacher. On a Friday in April, Mr. Peterson sat at his desk with his laptop open in front of him. He looked like he was grading homework. He had a stack of papers next to his keyboard. He was not grading anything. He had not graded anything in months. He was playing Roblox. He had been playing Roblox during silent reading every Friday for the entire school year. He played a game called Brookhaven. He had built himself a house with a swimming pool. He had a girlfriend in the game. She was an avatar with long blonde hair and a red dress. Her username was Daisy Bell, and she had been his Brookhaven girlfriend for almost 7 months. They had been on dates. They had bought a house together. They had walked along the digital beach. Mr. Peterson was very fond of Daisy Bell. He had never met her in real life. He did not want to. On that Friday in April, none of the 28 students in the room knew what they were about to see. The boy in the third row was named Owen. Owen was 12, and he was always tired. Owen was the kid who fell asleep during silent reading. He could not stay awake on a Friday afternoon. He looked up from his book around 2:15 to stretch and look at the clock on the wall. The clock was directly above the classroom projector screen at the front of the room. Owen's eyes moved from the clock to the screen. Then they moved back to the clock. Then they moved back to the screen and stayed there for a very long time. The screen was not blank. The screen was not showing a slideshow. The screen was showing Brookhaven. The screen was showing Mr. Peterson's avatar standing in front of a small digital house. Beside Mr. Peterson's avatar was an avatar with long blonde hair in a red dress. Owen looked over at Mr. Peterson at the desk. Mr. Peterson was staring at his laptop. Mr. Peterson did not know the projector was on. Mr. Peterson did not know what the class was seeing. Owen looked at the girl 2 seats over. Her name was Maya. Maya was already filming on her phone. Maya looked at Owen and put a finger to her lips. Owen nodded. He kept his book up like he was reading. What happened over the next 23 minutes was something none of the 28 students would ever forget. They watched Mr. Peterson play Brookhaven on the projector screen while pretending to read their books. He flirted with Daisy Bell. He bought her digital flowers. He took her to a digital restaurant for dinner. He danced with her in the middle of a virtual street. 28 students watched it all in silence. Maya's video was 32 minutes long by the time the bell rang. She did not say anything to Mr. Peterson when she left the classroom. None of the students did. The bell rang. Mr. Peterson closed his laptop. The projector screen went black. Mr. Peterson said, "Have a good weekend, everyone." 28 students said nothing at all. They walked out of the classroom in a long, quiet line and went to their afternoon buses. Maya posted the video to TikTok at exactly 3:57 that afternoon. She titled it, "My Teacher's Secret Roblox Life," and added a slow love song over the dancing parts. The video had 2,000 views by dinner. It had 80,000 by midnight. It had 2.1 million by the time school started again on Monday morning. Mr. Peterson found out he was famous from his sister, who called him at 6 o'clock in the morning. His sister was crying laughing. She sent him the TikTok link. He watched it 3 times in a row. Then he sat on his kitchen floor for 40 minutes and stared at his coffee. His wife, whose name was Diana, was upstairs sleeping. He did not wake her up. He went to school that Monday because he did not know what else to do. He was called into the principal's office before first period. He was suspended that afternoon. He was officially fired by the school district on Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock. But the wildest part of this entire story did not happen until 3 months after he was fired. Mr. Peterson took the firing harder than he wanted to admit out loud. He stopped looking for teaching jobs after the 3rd interview because everyone had seen the video. He started taking long walks. He started talking less to Diana. Diana was working from home now. Diana had been working from home for almost a year. She was a software engineer at a tech company. She had not been the same kind of present in their marriage for a few months either. Mr. Peterson logged back into Brookhaven at the end of July, on a Tuesday night out of pure habit. He did not look for Daisy Bell. He had not spoken to her since the video had gone viral. He just walked his avatar around the empty digital streets of Brookhaven by himself. He sat on a virtual bench by the virtual pier and watched the virtual sunset for almost an hour. A new avatar walked up to the bench and sat down next to him. She was new. He did not recognize her. She did not have blonde hair. She had short dark hair and was wearing a plain gray dress. She typed, "Hi, you're the teacher from the video, aren't you?" Mr. Peterson almost logged off. He did not. He typed, "Yes." She typed, "Can I tell you something you are not going to like hearing?" He typed back, "Yes," again. She typed for almost 3 full minutes before she sent her message. Her message was very long. He read it twice before he started to understand what he was reading. The woman in the red dress had not been a stranger. Daisy Bell had never been a stranger. Daisy Bell had been Diana the entire time. This is the part of the story that, if you are watching this, you should hear twice. Diana had downloaded Roblox in October because she had wanted to know who her husband was. She had felt for months that he was somewhere else, even when he was sitting next to her on the couch. She had not been jealous. She had been curious about her own husband. She had wanted to see what kind of man he was when nobody he knew was watching. She had built Daisy Bell on purpose. She had given her long blonde hair on purpose. She had worn a red dress on purpose. Her husband had always told her red was her color. She had met him in Brookhaven on the 4th day. He had walked up to her avatar and said hello first. For 7 months, Diana had played a game with her husband, and her husband had not known it. He had flirted with her the way he had not flirted with her in years. He had bought her digital flowers because he had stopped buying her real ones. He had danced with her in a digital street because they had stopped going dancing on Friday nights. The entire 7th grade at Lincoln Middle School had watched a husband fall in love with his own wife. They just had not known it was his wife. He had not known it was his wife either. Diana had not told him for 2 reasons that she explained to him on the bench that night. The first was that she had not been ready to know what he would do if he found out. The second was that somewhere in those 7 months, she had stopped wanting him to find out at all. She had liked who she was in Brookhaven. She had liked who he was in Brookhaven too. She had been afraid that the real 2 of them would not be able to find each other again outside the game. Then she had watched the TikTok video on a Monday morning and realized she had to try. Mr. Peterson and Diana sold their house at the end of the summer. They moved to a smaller town 3 hours away where nobody had seen the TikTok video. He found work as a freelance copy editor. He worked from home. He was good at it. They started going dancing again on Friday nights at a small restaurant a few blocks from the new house. They never deleted the Brookhaven account. They go back to the bench by the digital pier sometimes. If you are watching this, here's what Mr. Peterson and Diana learned the strangest possible way. The people you have known the longest are the people you stop seeing first. You stop seeing them not because you do not love them. You stop seeing them because they are familiar. Familiar is the most invisible thing in the world. It is the thing that lives next to you for years, quietly. If you have a person who used to make you happy and you cannot remember when you stopped looking, look at them tonight. Not tomorrow, tonight. Before they fall asleep next to you on the couch again. Ask them about their day like you actually want to know. Ask them about a thing they used to love. Make them laugh on purpose. Touch their hand on purpose. Choose them on purpose, like a stranger would. You do not need a Roblox game to do it. You do not need any kind of platform. You just need to remember that you used to be a stranger to them too, once. The second thing Mr. Peterson learned is the harder one to admit out loud as a grown adult. Sometimes, the embarrassing thing that ruins your career is the same thing that saves your marriage. Not always, but sometimes. And the only way to find out is to ask the question. You have to walk into the kitchen and ask the person upstairs if she has been somebody else this whole time. Diana had been Daisy Bell. The teacher had been falling in love with his wife on company time. The 7th grade had been watching the strangest love story of their lives in complete silence. Sometimes the worst thing that ever happens to you is the only thing that could have happened to you. What is the most embarrassing thing that ever turned out to be a blessing? Tell me below. If you watched till the end, drop a like and subscribe. See you in the next one.